Okay, so the first ingredient is just some Rice Krispies. You're also gonna need a pan. We're just gonna use this glass pan that we found in our oven. You're also gonna need some sweetened condensed milk. And you're gonna need a mixing utensil. This is using a spatula. And you're also gonna need a measuring cup. And some cinnamon. Okay, so the first step is to measure out 1/3 cup of condensed milk, of your sweetened condensed milk. As you can see here, we've measured out 1/3 cup. Now we're going to take the cinnamon and we're actually going to add in about 1 teaspoon of cinnamon into our condensed milk and our measuring cup. And now we're just going to mix it with the spatula and make sure it's well combined because we don't want any lumps of cinnamon in there. Alright, so next step is to add in your condensed milk into your bowl. And we actually forgot to mention the bowl in the beginning. Sorry for that. We're just scooping out the condensed milk. Now we're going to take 2 cups of Rice Krispies and we're going to add it in there. And we're going to scoop out the Rice Krispies from the measuring cup. And the next step is to just kind of mix it together, make sure it's well combined. Alright, so the next step is to pretty much just mix, I guess. So we're just gonna make sure it's well combined. Now we're gonna add in about 2 more cups of Rice Krispies. There's really no exact measurements. Now we're just gonna mix. Since we're not using the marshmallow recipe, there's really no exact measurements in this. We're just going along as it goes. If it's too dry, then we're gonna add in more condensed milk. But if it's too wet, then we're gonna add in more Rice Krispies. As you can see, it was kind of too dry for us, so we're gonna add in more condensed milk as we go. We're gonna just test out the consistency of our mixture and make sure it's not too wet or too dry. You just want it perfect consistency, you know. Now we're gonna turn on the heat to medium, I think low heat. Now we're gonna constantly mix. We don't want any Rice Krispies to get burned. And we don't want anything, you know, to get burned. So that's why we're gonna constantly mix the mixture. And make sure you're not messy like me. It kind of went out of the sides of the bowl, but it's fine. Turned out good in the end. Anyways, we're just gonna constantly mix, as I said many times already. And as you can see, it just looks like that. It kind of reminds me of kinetic sand if you really look at it. Because, you know, it's like very weird. So now we're gonna take our spraying butter thingy so that it doesn't stick, and we're gonna add in a good amount of butter, and then we're gonna add in our mixture of Rice Krispies and condensed milk and cinnamon, and we're just gonna evenly spread it out. But we actually ended up only using, you know, half of the bowl to, you know, just kind of let it sit there because it was too big, and you know, we didn't make a lot of the mixture, so we didn't want to, you know, waste the whole thing or make it too thin. So we just used half of the pan to make it, you know, thin, I guess. So just kind of evenly spreading cinnamon onto there for more flavor. And this is Jay putting the mix into the fridge. So now that it's ready, we just put it in for about 30 minutes. And now that, as you can see, it's really good. And yeah.